Morning. I hope you guys can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you. Good morning.
Morning. We're gonna start. So, been encouraging you guys to start looking at stocks at least a week or 2 weeks, even a month before they report. ADB is usually fond of whether it's trending up before ER. You look at the past three earnings. So this ER going up, then it pull back. It's kind of like consolidating. And post ER continued up, to the lower high, then pull back to the higher low. 318, 331 was the higher low. Then it was trending up from May, a month before, because it was reporting June 15th. So from May 15th, it started going up. It went up into earnings, then had a shallow pullback here, like a consolidation, then continued up to 552. After that, had a pullback from 552 to 503. Then was still a higher low, continuation to 570. We know since September, it had been a while since it came from 570. It dropped the way, losing 70. So this was a pullback post earnings, the last ER in September. Okay. So since then, so this is a good stock ER to ER. You just need to identify the trend post ER. Then you can buy time every time. So here we went up, of course, this level, then created a higher low, been going up ever since. If you count the days, you would see from this consolidation, it was consolidating for 6 days. And then it started trending down, shallow pullback here, then continue down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, if you look at this move up, it was about 9 days. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So about 9 days going up. And we had here a slight consolidation. And then we went down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I told you guys for a pullback should last 3 to 6 days. If it's more than 6 days, that's no longer a pullback, it's a continuation. If it had continued for more than 6 days, it would have broken this level. If you see, it was just a higher low. This was 498, and this is 506. So if it had continued into day 7, day 8, day 9, it would have been a continuation and no longer a pullback. Okay? So any trend that is less than 6 days is a pullback. Any trend that is more than 6 days to 9 days is a continuation. Okay, so ADB has always been in the momentum list, and this is the reason why you're seeing the pullback. It takes the 6 days. Continuation is taking the 9 days. So from here, after this doji, we've been going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For 9 days, we've been trending up. Okay, so this is a strong. Anytime you're seeing, you're expecting continuation, just know time the dates from when you're having your entry. So this red candle, the day it broke above the red candle, the next day is your entry. Because the minute you're breaking the previous lower high level, it's telling you it wants to go up. So this next day was your entry and you're buying time. If you're expecting continuation, you anticipate at least 9 days minimum. Okay, so if you're getting a call here on the 1st of November, you would have bought yourself time. You're anticipating at least 9 days. So from this date, you would have bought, say, 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out, or even a month out if you're anticipating this move to go into December. Now, every time you're going up, We know ADB is yet to retest this previous 699. Okay, so we know it's not yet. It came from 699. It rejected 255 and it started going up. It broke the 50. Now we're headed. The next level is 604. Then probably go to 699. ADB either post-yearish is running down and going up. It's a momentum stock. It just can trend up for days and fill those gaps. Okay, so we had ADB in that. I don't know, was ADB in that list of zigzag? I don't know if it was there, but this is what happens when you see a stock has been trending up for 9 days and then it constricts. This is an inside bar. So it was trending. It was, if you look at the range, as when a stock is starting to trend, the range becomes longer and longer as the trend continues to be stronger and it's going up and up. The minute you're seeing it's constricting, then something is about to happen. So a stock is trending up, up, up. It can be for 7 days and then you have an NR7, or it can continue for more than 7 days to 9 days and then you have an inside bar. Okay, so this is what happened. We had an inside bar. So today we're looking at when you have a constriction, so stocks constrict and contract. So we were doing these ranges, and then we constricted yesterday. Anytime you're having a constriction, is usually either followed by an expansion, a breakout, meaning continue going up, or it will pull back. Okay, so this is any stock that we've been seeing this kind of move and then it constricts is a stock to watch, because it can either have, so you're looking at, when you look at this, when you look at the regular candle, you'll see it formed a doji. So it's an indecision. Anytime you see stocks trending up, and then you have a doji, it's indecision. So if you have, most of the time you might see 1 day of indecision and then a decision is made. But I usually like those stocks that have at least 3 days of indecision, then it makes the move to expect to be a stronger move when you have at least 2 days. Like here, we had indecision here, here for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for 5 days, and then we had this move down. So I like it when indecision, you see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then we had the move down. So I know you people love adrenaline, but I like boring, because when that stock starts having indecision, the person who makes the final decision, whoever makes the final decision, it's gonna be a good trend either for a pullback or a continuation. So I like it when we have a couple of indecision days. So when I'm looking at ADB, I want at least more indecision days. So whenever you're coming to the daily chart and you see this is a stock you want to trade. Indecision for at least 3 to 6 days. Expect a big move. And this is what happened. Went from 570, dropped 72 points. Okay. If you look at this time, we had indecision. We went up 70 over 69 points. Okay. Another indecision here, we went up. So I like another indecision, we went up. So I like those boring indecision. You see here, indecision, 331 went all the way from 331 to 520. Okay. So any stock, any stock you're looking at and you're doing your analysis, you want to find after such, this is called, is usually called calm after a storm. This was a storm. We're going up, going up, going up. And then the storm, you know how the the ocean is or the seas, when you have a storm, you have waves going up, very high waves, and then you have the ocean or the sea coming down. So this is called calm after a storm. Every time you see a stock is trending up, expect that. When you see this calm after a storm, usually it's followed by a big move, either a pullback down or a continuation up. Every time you have, so this was the storm coming down, we consolidated and went back up. This was a storm, then this is calm, and then we came down. So you want to look for such moves. So you are not, you don't want to be holding your contracts or trading when a stock is, you can trade if that stock creates good ranges. Now, if you want to see the range when it's consolidating, you go to a lower time frame. Some of them doesn't give you a big range. Okay, so here it went from for those people who want scalping, you can find stocks that are ranging. If they're giving you a 10-point range, like here it went from 583 to 594, so it was 10 points. This was a good scalping opportunity. But please note, when you're after a storm, always expect a calm. So you're not there saying, I'm holding, we're still going to heaven. Count these days. If it is more than 9 days, or if it has hit the 10th day and it's no longer going up, you get an inside bar, and then another day with an inside bar. When you change your candles, if you're not seeing the decision candles on the Heikin Ashi, change to a regular candle and you see this was a doji. You can see the candles clearly on regular candles, what type of a candles they were. So on Heikin Ashi, you want to see an inside bar and then another day of an inside bar. Or if you can clearly see a spinning top, a doji, a shooting star, all those indecision candles, then you're expecting some move to come. And you want this to happen for at least 3 to 6 days. Okay? I know you guys were here seeing these and then you want, you always have to calm down after a storm. Okay? So if you look at ADB, is the same thing. Now, if you're getting a pullback and it's less than 3 days or less than 6 days, if that's a very weak pullback, then you're supposed to be going up. A pullback should last only 3 to 6 days. If it's longer than that, then that's no longer a pullback. You're expecting to continue and break this level. Okay? A pullback should not last more than 6 days. So that's for ADB. And then if you look at NVIDIA, I think NVIDIA also has the same. NVIDIA has, that's not an inside bar. Hold on. So NVIDIA, we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's been trending up for 9 days. So any stock that you're seeing is trending up for more than 6 days, please hold into 9 days, and it can continue after 9 days into 12 days, 12 days, 15 days. Okay? So any continuation, if you're expecting, if you look at the chart, and this stock had pulled back and it creates a high low, it's going back up. So it created a lower high because it didn't go to this level. Okay, so this pullback, the total lasted 9 days. That's why it broke this level. Okay, we broke 409, went to 394. If you count the total, even without this interruption, it was more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it went on for 12 days. Okay, so this was not a pullback because it broke this level. Okay, but still we created a higher low. Why? Because we were comparing to the previous, this level here, 373. Okay, so it was still a higher low compared to the previous support. When it went up to 419, it pulled back to 373. Okay, so it was still a higher low. Although when you're seeing any pullback longer than 6 days, expect it to go all the way to 9 days and expect it's going to break this level. Okay, so that's what happened here. And then we've been trending up for 9 days. Anything more than 3 days, hold to 6 days. Anything more than 6 days, hold on to 9 days. 9 days, 12, like that. Multiple of 3. Okay. So NVIDIA, I didn't give any strategy for NVIDIA. So NVIDIA, just keep watch of it. If it continues up, then the trend might continue all the way into earnings. Okay. So if we don't retest 520, so this is 502. I think it was 520. On the daily chart, sometimes it doesn't pick the correct value for the week. It was 520 here, the last ER. So if we're continue going up for the next few days before earnings next week, that's ER next week, Tuesday. If we don't hit 520, then it will be a lower high. Then we might be expecting a pullback. Okay. Anytime you're going into earnings, so this is what I talk about, pre-ER. So you can imagine if you got your call here, August 31st, it's been trending up ever since. Very shallow pullback, shallow pullback, shallow pullback. So you'd have said, I'm getting calls here. I'm buying calls up to this date. You can buy longer than this, or you can buy the one expiring this date. So you'd still be making money as this stock from all this date into ER, instead of waiting up to this date. There's no way you can afford to buy calls here. Even now, calls are expensive because it's been trending up from 392. It's now up 100 points. From 392 to 492, that's 100 points. So there's no way you can afford to buy a contract here, call. It will mean you're buying out of the money. So that's why it's important. A week, so at least 2 weeks before ER, or even a month. Start looking at stocks reporting earnings a month before, especially these big stocks that we know how they trend. Okay, so you are catching the move pre-ER. If you had gotten your call here, you would be holding, just securing profits whenever you're seeing, and you're buying different expiry dates. So you can buy this date and then longer. In case you're having any pullback, you can sell and leave a runner, or you can take profits and then buy puts, depending on how this stock is trending. Okay, but if you are just a person who waits for this day, then you're missing, and you want to buy, you put in more money than you should for a stock. Okay. So NVIDIA, I know that, I wanted to look for another one with an NR7 with that, I think AVGO was the one. Okay. So this one, the same thing. You see here, indecision for 3 days, and then we started going up. When you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so yesterday we had an inside bar. This is a constriction. So this is also another good stock, pre-ER move. So it's reporting earnings in December. So we have like a month plus, less than a month. You'll be trading the pre-ER move. Okay. So here we had a pullback. So we hit 923 last ER. When we came down to this level, the 795 was still a higher low because we rejected 760. It was a 7675 here, or 764. This was still a higher low. Then we had this. This is what I mean. You're looking for indecision, especially the more the indecision days, the better that stock will move. Okay, so we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So up to 9 days. So indecision, the same thing, multiple of 3. 3 days, 6 days, 9 days, 12 days. So if it's going on, the more it's going, the minute you're breaking, the first candle that breaks. So this is the top of this is the top of the indecision candle, the range, and this is the bottom. The first candle that breaks out or breaks down, it's telling you the direction. So this first candle broke out, then the next one is your entry. Okay, and it means you're supposed to go and break this level. If it's a continuation. So we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this did not last 9 days. If it's not lasting 9 days, so this is why we didn't break this level. If it was a continuation, would have broken this level, would have gone on for 9 days. But because we didn't go for 9 days, this is why we created a lower high, and then we pulled back again. So this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We rejected this support. We created a higher low. We are going back up. So already you know you're going to break this level. It's a continuation. So we had indecision here, and then we broke out. So we had an inside bar yesterday. When you change this to regular candles, you'll see this is a spinning top. I don't know if this is a spinning top or it's like a spinning top. So it's an indecision bar. And anytime you're having indecision, somebody will have to make a decision. Okay. So you're looking at it today to see, are we going to have another indecision? The more indecision days you have, the better the trend you'll get. That's what I want. I want more indecision. I don't want just a stock running. So this is a calm after a storm. We've been going up, and then we're cooling off. Okay, you're cooling off. If we can get a couple of indecision days, I know it's very hard to trade. I was seeing yesterday, Kashiro and Judy were getting frustrated with FGO. That's what you want. So this is the reason why you look at different stocks. You don't have to be forcing trades on the stock you're used to, because you're giving it time to cool off. So, and you know, we were expecting this. We were expecting, we had already talked about FGO going zigzag. So when it's going zigzag is when it's creating those indecision days. So this, we already have 1 day. So it went to 940, and then it started going up and then pull back. So don't expect, that's why I say don't expect to go to heaven. Don't expect to go to hell. We're expecting I am hoping for the rest of the week, the 6 days, we are getting those indecision bars so that next week we get a breakout or a breakdown. So we're either going to continue up or we're going to pull back. So this is good. Every time you see a stock after trending up, it has this, either after trending down or up, it has these days of indecision. I mean, people have been buying, making money, and then you want that stock to at least calm down, and then somebody decides, are we going to continue up or are we going to pull back? So you're taking advantage of stocks giving you this kind of setup here, this kind of setup here, and this kind of setup. And then this was a shallow, like 3 days. You want it to last at least 3 days. The more it lasts, the better the move. Okay? So don't always just want a stock to go up. You see here, we went up, then it calmed down for this number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then what? We shot up. Then pullback, continuation, pullback, continuation. So you want this. If any stock that you've seen that has been running up, you want that. You want that indecision. So FGO is there. Microsoft also, we had talked about this. So it's the same thing. I want to gauge your expectation. Don't expect, when you're expecting that calm, don't expect the moves to be happening. You want this to happen for a couple of days. So you see here, we had this very, I don't even know what to call these. What bar is this? It's very tiny. The upper bar that would have made it a spinning top is so short. Okay, so you want that kind of indecision. So we were ranging up, and then yesterday we had an inside bar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So for 9 days, 10 days, we were going up. Then you get a inside bar. So I want these for a couple of days. If we get it for 3 days, 6 days, even better. It will make the move, whether continuation up or a pullback, will give us some good points. Okay, so we have Microsoft, we have AVGO, ADB, and Coast. So those are the stocks you want to look for, those kind of moves. Coast is not giving us a good one. So Costa has been trending and trying. We talked about Coast going back to the same 577. So keep looking at it. I don't know, what is it at? Okay, so we had said it needs to break out of that level because it had tried and failed up to 3 times. So Coast didn't give us that. So we had, like, this is what I mean. You have a stock trending up, and then you have two inside days, and then you break out. So you want that in those inside days, sometimes a cool off. You want that cool off for a couple of days, 2 days. If it's less than 3 days, just know that stock wants to go back up. And that's what happened. We had inside day here and here, 2 inside there, and then we had continuation. So if it's lasting less than 3 days, just know that stock wants to continue up. Okay, but when you get at least 3 days of indecision or 6 days, you're gonna get a better move compared to these few days. Okay, if it's less than 3 days, expect the move to continue up. Good. So KLAC is also, KLAC is semiconductor also. I don't know if it already reported earnings. Yeah, we already reported. So this was post-year. So look at this. This is why I told you guys, any stock that is reporting earnings and there's no action, and then you get indecision here, something is coming. So we had indecision for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, and then we got the breakout. Breakout, after you break above this move, that's your entry. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days of going up. Okay. So always when you're doing analysis on the daily, look for such moves. Post-year. So Apple, I think. So Apple is another one. So we were trending up, and then we had an inside. So any stock that was trending up, and Apple, this was post-year, okay? And then you have this, you want for it to happen again, at least 3 days. If it's only 2 days of indecision, then expect the move. It means this stock, that was just a 2-minute breathe out and breathe in. It wants to go back up. If it's 3 days to 6 days, you're gonna get a good move, either continuation or pullback. So any stock that after this move, we're getting an inside day. You can go look at, I only had those few examples. You can go look at any stock that was trending up, and then it created an inside day. So we have Microsoft, ADB, AVGO, KLAC, Apple, Amazon. So Amazon here, and Amazon is a good one. You see, you have indecision for 3 days. So you want this to go on for 3 days, 6 days, up to 6 days. The move that is coming next will be a good move. You want this to go on for at least 3 days. So this one's giving us a good one. So we have 1, 2, 3. 3 to 6 days. Okay, so here we had 3 days and it went down. We had here a couple of days pullback. So you want this to go on for 3 to 6 days. So we have Amazon in that list. And then we have okay, so IBM, it was going up post-year. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you would see the trend, a strong trend will take I think the CPI results are out. That's why it's going up. Yeah, we hit the 444. So SPY, those levels we keep talking about. Yeah, when a stock is going. So IBM, we have here, then it broke down, created a higher low, another indecision. So IBM is also in that list. So I hope somebody's taking note of those stocks. So we have Microsoft, ADB, VGO, KLAC, IBM, Amazon, and Amat is also a semiconductor and it's reporting earnings this week. Okay, so it's reporting earnings on Thursday. So we want that if we can get those inside days until Thursday, then it means this is going to be a good ER stock. So you see here, indecision went up. Okay, it has retested and broke this level. Anytime you're expecting 9 days, know you're going to break this level, the previous high. It's a continuation. So if we get 2 more days of indecision, then this is going to be a good ER. Okay. Kashiro, I told you boring stocks are the best. And you were complaining yesterday, VGO. VGO 970. I always tell you guys, you want those boring stocks. If you go do those boring is what you want to do. So VGO is up 23 points. And yesterday I was like, it's going up. So this is the move we were talking about. It will be zigzag. It will go down and then go up. You can have a day of swinging calls and then you can have a day of puts. So this is what we were looking for, a higher low or a double bottom. Okay, so you guys were expecting the move to happen here. Immediately, you want action. That's Kashiro. She wants action immediately. But this is what happens. You're getting a move up, and then you can have another day of a move down. So this is what I talked about with the list I gave you guys. ADB, was it the one I gave you for 5K on the 5K list? I told you guys, me, I see far. I don't look at, what do you call, those scalping you people love. What did we have? We had AVGO. So AVGO has gone up. Do we have cost? Don't know if cost will go up. HD has reported earnings, so I don't know if cost is also going up. So it has broken the 578, it has hit 580. Microsoft. Now look at Microsoft, it's also up. Okay, 573. And then we have ZS. It's also up. And then we have Amazon. So everything will go up. It's also up. And then MSTR. MSTR is not decided. So mostly, sometimes when you see stocks are going up, Bitcoin might be making a decision whether it wants to go up or not. So MSTR could be a good one to look at when the market opens. Will it follow suit or will it not decide? Okay. Lily was not in that list. Lily, we're still so Lily, we are yet to go to, you remember the previous high level? is 629, was it? So Lily needs to break above this. If it doesn't break above this, then we're going to get another pullback. But keep watch of Lily. I mean, that's just 10 points away from 629. But all these things we have talked about, the zigzag setup, you're going up, then you're taking advantage of the IV crash. That's what I was talking about yesterday. That move down was the IV crash we were looking at, and then you're going up. You're looking for higher low, and then you're going up. So this is what happened. Went up, we pulled back. This is the IV crash you want, and then the move up. Okay. So those are those indecision candles or inside bars that you're looking at. Even if it's happening for a day, it's meaning something big is coming. You want a move, and then a constriction, and then expansion. So SPY, our next key level was 444, then 453. It has broken above 444. Okay. I told you guys, this will not change. Every November to December to January, we are usually bullish. Yeah, even those, look at this, from just towards end of October. So from this when we rejected 408, we've been going up. So we know from 408 we go to 430, from 430 we go to 444. So we rejected it, created a higher low, 444. From 444, we are supposed to go to 453, which is the previous lower high level. 451, 453, and then 459 is the level we hit, the 52-week high. Okay, so November, always remember, November, December, January are usually bullish months. Okay, then we have HD that has reported earnings. So HD has been bearish for a while, since last ER. So it dropped from 338 all the way to 274. So it had like a double, or it broke this level, but had like a double Z. So it rejected, it had like a double, well, no, it broke this level. So it had a higher low because the next support was 265. So it rejected 265, created a higher low at 277, 274, broke this support. Then it started going up. So it hasn't had any much action. It's not a big, HD is usually not like that. You will not get a big move when it reports earnings. I've always told you guys, you will not get a big move from HD. What you need to do is identify the trend post-ER, because when it does, it usually has a move. Either if post-ER is going up, it will be going up. If post-ER is going down, it will go down. But it's not usually a good swing. Has never been, and only this time, I think. But it's always not a big, I think this is the only time it was when it dropped. But here, it has never, if you go look, very rare does it give us that good move. Usually a good stock post-ER. Okay. If you ever want to think of gambling, always remember HD doesn't give those good moves overnight. But when you establish the trend, it will be from ER to ER. This one went down, then pull back, then slight move down, then in consolidation for so long, and then went all the way from 277 to 338. And then from this, ER has been bearish, and then we had a pullback. And then now we want to see if it's going to create a higher low. If it rejects 274, then it means it wants to go up. If it breaks, and this is which time frame? This is the daily. So this kind of, if it bounces off this support, this might look like an inverse head and shoulder. So we came from up. This is the left shoulder. Then this is the inverted head. then it came back to the same level and then go back up. So look at HD can be a good post here if this plays out, the inverted head and shoulder pattern. Sometimes you might miss the one side, but don't miss the next side. So this means inverted head and inverse head and shoulder pattern is usually bullish. So after this move has happened, it goes up and it's usually supposed to go back to retest this level, the 338. So look at HD. It's not usually good overnight, but it's good post here after you identify the trend. Okay, so I just wanted to talk about BABA also because it's reporting earnings this week. The Chinese have been beaten down. So this was the move. So this ER continued down, broke this level 77, started going back up. Now Chinese BABA, wherever it's coming from, is usually supposed to go back to 93, 97, 103. Okay, so here it slightly broke above 103 to 105. Here it rejected on a 3 and it started coming down post ER, pull back, lower high, continuation, came down, rejected. It has rejected this support. So it needs, we need to see, is it going to continue down or is it going to bounce off this support? So it bounced off 79 and then this is a higher low. So keep watch of it today and tomorrow. It's reporting earnings on Thursday. Usually good. Sometimes it can be a good overnight, sometimes not. The only one I like gambling overnight PDD. But BABA and Baidu can be so much manipulated by these Chinese. But if you identify the trend post here, is a good one. It's usually long term for these Chinese. If they're dropping, they're dropping. They're going up, they're going up. So look at BABA, and of course we'll look at Baidu and Baidu, whatever is coming from has to go to 138. So when it creates a high low or it decides to go up, just know it's supposed to go back to 138. So it's also the same thing. It's been bearish and it's reporting earnings next week. Okay, so we'll see what happens to BABA, probably to give us a guide into what to expect for Baidu. So Baidu was a while since it was here. So this is the next support, 91. If it breaks it, then we're looking at 73. So if it bounces above that and decides to go back up, we have this 123 to break it fast, and then the next one is 138. Okay, PDD. So this is the difference. PDD has been in the momentum list and it's just been going up. It's going up, pull back, going up, pull back, going up, pull back, going up, pull back. And here it's been consolidating. It needs to break above this level, 112. Okay, so you're also reporting earnings next week. So this is going to be interesting for Chinese stocks. Either we are continuing up or they are reversing and going back up. For PDD is the only stock, and Enters are the only two stocks that have been trending up. Enters is reporting this week. So you see, Enters has also been bullish. So it came from 110 to 96. Then it has broken this level. So it went up. If you count any stock that is trending up in less than 6 days, expect a pullback. If it's not going, so this was after this boring 1, 2, 3, 4. So it didn't do even 6 days. Just expect a pullback. So it pulled back. If it creates a higher low, then it means it wants to go back up. You're going to break this level, expect it to go 9 days. 9, 12, 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. So anytime you're seeing the pullback is less than 6 days or less than 9 days, just expect continuation. And it's going to break this level. It's a continuation. Any continuation should last 9 days. So when you're getting your call, even if you're going to have these inside days or this, it means this stock is still going to go up all the way to 9, 15, 18, 12, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. Okay. So you guys need to count them days. So enters are the good Chinese stocks: Baba, Baidu, PDD, enters, Futu, then XPEV and NIO. Those are electric vehicles. People remember this XPEV has never gone back. Never gone back to these levels. This 73, 74. Never gone back to it since 2020. Okay, so it was reduced to almost to a penny stock. It's just creeping up slowly. NIO, the same thing. But those contracts can make good money even if they are penny stocks. If you're trading them, the puts, you see like here, 16 to 9. So it has never gone back to NIO was the best. We traded this NIO when it was $2 from penny stock all the way to 60, 66, and then just was reduced back to a penny stock. Okay. So those are usually the best they are the best Chinese stocks. I know a guy who usually makes millions. He would just gamble on those lottos for Chinese. When he's expecting that, he would buy like 2,000 contracts for Baba or Baidu, and then just those small moves you guys are ignoring. I can give you guys an example. So Baba, especially if it's falling on a Thursday, you see these moves. These moves when you wake up and Baba is up a few points. So he would buy very cheap contracts and buy 2,000 of them. And then when you wake up, Baba has gone up from here to here. And those contracts have gone up like $100 or $50. He has over 2,000. Sometimes he buys 5,000 contracts. And he makes easy half a million or sometimes 800K by just this small move. But usually he buys tons of contracts. 1,000 contracts, 2,000, 5,000, just that small move. But he's usually the sad thing is usually a bullish person. So he never trades puts. He always just times these pullbacks. I've never seen him buy a put. So you might ignore these small moves, but somebody, especially those people who buy tons of contracts, these small moves make people millions. Okay. What do you mean, Don? Have you tried any of these traders type of plays? This guy only focuses on Chinese stocks and mostly Baba. What do you mean?
So like, have you ever tried it, like given it, tested it? His plays, type of play?
He usually is one-sided, he's a bullish trader. So for me, I'm looking at these Chinese have been bearish. He looks for those pullbacks. For me, I'm usually scared of small ATR pullbacks. So you know he has money, so he can buy 2,000 contracts, 5,000 contracts. So if this small move, he can make that kind of money. For me, I'm usually scared with this small ATR pullback because if you're buying 10 contracts, okay, you can make some good money out of it, but it's also risky.
Okay.
He loves Baba and only does bullish. He only does calls. I've never seen him do puts.
Okay.
He times these short pullbacks. Okay, so there are people who are timing pullbacks. So a stock has been trending downward. So we know how a stock trends. Bearish pullback. So he times those pullbacks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So you can do that. And this is why I talk about counting days. You can actually count days and time those pullback. He also counts days. He also counts days. If a trend has been going up for 9 days, you'll see him say, I'm timing a pullback. So if something has been dropping for 9 days, you'll see him say the same thing. So stocks, usually, very few people know about the trend counting days, stocks trend in multiple of 3. He's the only person I've seen. And I only saw him on Twitter. He's on Twitter. He does just lotos. He does lotos. Mostly Baba. Okay, so you can try just timing those pullbacks. But I like trending using trading with trends, because you can anticipate how long you can be in. It's very risky. Sometimes he would post he's in loss. If that move doesn't happen, you will see he's posted he's in losses 100,000. Can we afford being in a loss 100,000? So Don, those moves are risky, but he has money. So you can see him post, oh, I'm expecting a pullback, and then he'll buy those number of contracts, and then the move doesn't happen, and he's down 100,000, 200,000. There was a time he lost like 500,000 because he's only doing mostly lotos. Okay. So yeah, you can do those, but I like trading with a trend. So, so those are still the things we're looking at. I mean, the sentiment has not changed. We are usually bullish November, December into January. As much as we are bullish, we're still looking for pullback continuation, pullback continuation. So anytime you're seeing a stock is trending up and you get an inside day, okay, or an indecision, time that stock, the next day something has to happen, especially if the move has been happening for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 9th day, something has to happen. So when you're counting, the day of it's falling on the multiple of 3, like here, that was Thursday, November 9th, last week, Thursday. You want to see on the day it hits the multiple of 3. Does it create a higher low? So this was it. This was Thursday. If it creates a higher low, you're getting a call, you're holding for an extra what? Eddie, you're holding for an extra what?
Day.
Hey.
What? Day, I think. What was the question?
I'm not repeating. Judy. Judy, are you here?
Hold it for an extra week.
Yes, I'm here.
Jamani, Judy.
Yes.
When on the multiple of 3,
right.
Always look at on the multiple of 3 what happens. If that stock pulls back on the multiple of 3 or creates a higher low, you're getting a call. You're holding for how many more days?
3 more days.
3 more days, Majameni. Aye. 3 more days. Multiple of 3. 3 more days.
I refuse to the Vibocos. I don't go.
Say that again.
I'm saying I don't want the Vibocos.
It is that simple, guys.
I was doing something. I wasn't paying attention in class, so I'm sorry about that.
Every multiple of 3. So when you go to the daily chart, every multiple of 3, okay? That's how you know if that stock is gonna, if it's less than 3 days or 6 days. So we went 1, 2, 3, 4. So we didn't do 6 days. Then what happened? We were consolidating for another 1, 2, 3, 4. So if it's not going to 6 days, or you're looking at the day it hits the multiple of 3, on the 3rd day, what happens on the 3rd day? What happens on the 6th day? What happened on the 9th day? What happened on the 12th day? Every multiple of 3, you would see something happening. If a stock is even trending up, check on the 3rd day, something will be happening. On the 6th day, something will be happening. So if you're having a slight pullback or a shallow pullback on the 6th day or on the 9th day, If it creates a higher low, you're getting calls, you're holding for 3 more days. That day is usually where you see either an inside bar, what we saw with AVGO. Kashiro, did you have any calls for AVGO? You saw yesterday was boring and you're like, oh, Virginia doesn't know what she's talking about. It's either when you count
I
1, 2,
sold.
you sold. Why is it you people are looking at these stocks only for scalping?
I was afraid of CPI.
So you didn't even hold, I mean, leave a runner and just see. The strategies I give you guys are not for, I give you guys what will happen for the entire week. So when you're looking at that stock, you're looking at the entire week. So the day yesterday we're looking at it, that crash I was talking about, we wanted it to make the calls a bit cheaper. Okay, so we're expecting a move down. If it creates a higher low, we're getting calls. And I said, you can get a 1 day of swinging calls and then 1 day of swinging puts. When I was explaining this trend yesterday, pre-market. Okay. So, or you only had NVIDIA. Okay. So that's how those,
And UNH.
when I give you guys these strategies, they're not for scalping. I give you guys things to look for the entire week. So when it pulls back, it makes the calls a bit cheaper when you have that IV crash, and then you're getting into calls. So zigzag, you're going up, and then you're coming down. You're going up, you're coming down. So that's what you're expecting for those stocks I gave you, Cost, Microsoft, AVGO, for the entire week. It's going to be like that. You're going up, and then you pull back. So if you see this, we are going up CPR. If it creates, it doesn't hit our target level. So always have your target levels. If it's not hitting your target level, then you're going to be playing puts. Okay, so always have a target level when you're playing those zigzag stocks. So we know AVGO is supposed to go. Oh, it's almost hitting 500. Now, do you guys see? We're supposed to go to 520. So if it goes to any level below 520, then you'll be trading puts. You don't even have ask questions. No, it's gonna be puts because you're doing zigzag up, down for the entire 6 days. Okay. Any questions? I'm just going over the same stocks. There's nothing new, nothing has changed. It's the same thing. Since what we discussed yesterday is the same thing. Since I told you guys, November, December, January are usually bullish months. If somebody had bought SPY calls at 4.9 and you bought a month out, you buy another one 2 months out, buy another one 3 months out, because that's how it is. August, September into October, bearish months. November, December into January, bullish months. Try these things. I mean, you guys saw it with September, August, September, October. Now, this is the opposite. Just do the same thing. SPX is SPY times 10. Canoga. SPX is SPY times 10. So the same analysis for SPY, add a 0 at the end. There's nothing different.
Hello.
SPX is SPY times 10. Are we together? SPX is SPY times 10. If we're expecting SPY to go to 444, then it means we're expecting SPX to go to 4,440. You see? So this is SPX is SPY times 10. So here, this was 4101. So when SPY went to 409, this one went to 4101. 603, 4,100. So you just add a 0. So if you're expecting SPY to go to 444, then it means you're expecting SPX to go to 4,440. You just add a 0 at the end. So you're not doing any different analysis for SPX. It's the same thing. When SPY was unable to break 438, do you see here? 439. Might be off by a point, but it's the same thing. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do you see on the 10th day, we had an inside day, another inside day, another inside day. All this consolidation for more. This is usually what I tell you guys. I want these for 3 days, 6 days. Indecision for this number of days, then the minute the first candle breaks out of this consolidation, the next one is your entry. Then you're waiting, you're buying another 3 days, 6 days, you're holding 3 days, 6 days. So here we held 3 days, and then we had another constriction. When it breaks out of that, is another 3 days, 6 days. Multiple of 3. Very simple math by Irene. So it's the same stock. There's no new stock we're looking at. It's the same stocks. The zigzag pattern we talked about, going up. If it rejects the target level, you're pulling back. Okay. I will still repeat and repeat. When I do analysis, I'm not doing scalping analysis. I'm not doing a day trade analysis. I'm doing analysis that it's lasting the whole week, sometimes 2 weeks. Okay. Now I'm very keen on ADB. If it doesn't go to that 612, then you should be looking at pullback for ADB as it goes into ER. So don't expect you're going to heaven. If we are not hitting those target levels today when the market opens, then we're looking at pullback, zigzag, going up, going down, going up, going down like that until Friday. Okay. Any questions? If no questions, Dawn, do it for us. We want to go.
Let's make some money.
Let's make this money. Thank you, guys.
Good one.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.